And we have this weird thing that happens to us sometimes where, like, if you've been here and you've been called to serve here, sometimes what we can do is we look at other people that God has called to do different things, and we think, you know what, I think I'm more qualified to do that. But God didn't ask you to do that. He's called you for something very specific. And sometimes comparison, it kind of creeps in and it robs us of the joy that we can have in a season because we look at other people or platforms or callings and we say, man, I should be doing that. But God said, I didn't call you to do that. I called you to do this. And so listen to me. As we go through this tonight, we're not asking you to be the next Pastor Ken or Boaz or me or Bryant or Rob or who. We're not asking you to be the next Pastor Mary or the next anyone. God's given you specific gifts and talents that he has only given to you. And he has an amazing, unique calling on your life. But here's the deal. And you know me, and if you've heard me speak in any of these before, you know my heart is just to serve this house. My heart is to serve the vision that God's given Pastor Robert for this house. And at somewhere along the way, what comparison can do is it can kind of trip us up into thinking like, yeah, I'm going to serve, but man, I really like the way they're serving, so I'm going to dictate the way I want to serve. And so, listen, I want to serve, and here's my gifts, and here's my talents, and you want me to do what? I'm sorry, I can't make it. It's bad for my schedule. So I can only serve if it's this way in this time and this specific like use of my talents. But God's saying, hey, I'm just asking you to serve. Are you going to be a son or a slave of this house? You see, a son has a place forever, but a slave just does what he's told to do. And a son serves where he needs to be serving. And I think tonight what we can do is we don't have to look at other people. Like I love hearing everybody's ideas. Like, listen to me. I was the person, I didn't grow up here at Gateway, and there are some people that did, and you don't realize you've grown up in one of the best places imaginable. This is such an awesome place that God has completely blessed. And it's just the place that God is. But I came in, and we all kind of come in with filters on of, well, like at my last church, this is what we used to do. And we kind of start to compare. Or I would do things where I would look around and I'd say, man, but did you see at that church the way they do this? That's so awesome. It's so cool. And I have to remind myself that I'm not called to look at the cool. I'm not called to follow the cool or focus on the cool. I'm just called to follow the calling God's put on my life. And right now, God's called me to be here to serve this ministry in this house with the kids he entrusts to us. So I'm going to do the best thing I can in order to serve him. So tonight, please don't take any of this as like a, man, but listen, you're telling me I have to do this. I don't know how to do this. We're just going to talk through some practical things that really help us communicate better. But please don't ever, 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 if there's areas in your heart that allow you just to kind of let comparison rule it, it's going to rob you of so much joy in this season. It's going to rob you of so much awesome joy that God has for you. Because if you're in the middle of the calling God has on your life, I promise you there's joy in there too. You just got to find it.